Welcome to today's video. We will be looking at the early life and current story of Modern Warfare's Commander Phillip Graves, who is portrayed by Warren Cole. Commander Graves turned out to be a pretty popular character in the new Modern Warfare series, and much of this has to do with his charismatic portrayal or even his ruthlessness when it comes to getting a job done. But he is in fact so popular that he was brought back from the dead in Modern Warfare 3 to continue his battle against Task Force 141. Now I'm working on this video due to popular demand. I really enjoyed working on the Story So Far series, and we have covered in great detail the current Modern Warfare storyline and the Black Ops Cold War storyline. So in an effort to avoid repeating the same story over and over again, I wanted to look a little deeper into the characters themselves, and today we will look at Phillip Graves. The main purpose is to look at his early life and career to better understand where he comes from and get to know some of our favorite characters better. We will briefly cover the events of the game from the commander's point of view. Thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to the early life and story of Commander Phillip Graves so far. The early life of Phillip Graves is very well hidden, but it is believed that he was born on March 5th, 1982 in Dallas, Texas, United States. Phillip Graves joined the United States Marine Corps at a young age and eventually worked his way into the elite United States Marine Forces Special Operations Command, which is a component command of the United States Special Operations Command SOCOM that compromises the Marine Corps contribution to SOCOM. Its core capabilities are direct action, special reconnaissance, and foreign internal defense. MARSOC has also been directed to conduct counterterrorism and information operations. It is not known how long Graves was part of the Marines, but at some point during his military career, he began to feel disillusioned with the military, believing that the uniform he once proudly wore limited and held him back. After he left the Marines, he decided to create his own private military company. This took place in 2017. He named this private military company the Shadow Company. The Shadow specialized in troop, air, and maritime deployment anywhere in the world. Graves mainly employs former Special Operations members from around the globe. The most skilled of these employees were handpicked and recruited by the commander himself. Currently, Commander Graves and his Shadows have set up camp at an undisclosed military camp outside of Urzikstan, following the aftermath of Kani Group's infiltration in Urzikstan. Graves is helping guide the Spec Gru and Cortac operators into the war zone, and after the operators successfully eliminate their threats, Graves helps them exfil out of Urzikstan into the Shadow Company's military private camp. The Shadow Company began to make a name for themselves after their formation in 2017, and General Herschel Shepard began to contract Graves Shadows for Black Ops missions around the globe. And on July 15th, 2022, Commander Graves took out General Ghorbrani, the commander of Iran's Quds forces, alongside Kate Laswell and Simon Ghost Riley in an airstrike in Al Mazrah.
You are danger close to the zone. This arrow is going to pack a punch.
Copy approved. Send it.
All stations, Shadow 1. Missile is ready for immediate delivery.
Stand by for launch. Coordinates in. Target designated. 2,
1. Shot out. Missile in blue.
Fucking hell. Direct.
About a month later, on August 12th of 2022, Graves oversaw a secret operation with General Shepard, as the Shadow Company was transporting 3 American ballistic missiles to allies fighting in the Middle East. However, the convoy was ambushed by the Kani Group, a Russian PMC. This led to the death of all Shadow Company's contractors and the loss of the missiles.
There's a Russian PMC! What are we doing out here? All stations, we got Russian PMCs out here!
Repeat. Russian?
Enemy troop is Russian!
God damn it, Graves, you said the route was clear.
Too many of them! Graves, we need reinforcements!
Actual, my boys are getting stitched up. They need air support. We can't do that, Graves, and you know it.
Get down!
All Shadows, report. Any station this is Shadow Actual. What is your status? Erickson, it's Graves. What's your location? Van, it's Apollo. Do you copy? General, I need an armed bird up now for visual. My men are in trouble, sir. I want this situation contained. That means this operation will not be reported.
Graves!
General, my men are taking fire from Russian PMC.
got the right-
This situation is not yet under control.
The Kani Group then provided the missiles to Hassan Ziani and Al-Qatala, as Ziani plotted his vengeance against the United States for the death of General Ghorbrani. Commander Graves alongside Shepard began a cover-up campaign to hide their involvement in the illegal shipping and loss of American weaponry. Commander Graves and his shadows soon found themselves in Las Almas, Mexico, where they were aiding Task Force 141 members Ghost and Soap alongside Los Vaqueros. In the capture of Hassan Ziani, Graves provided air support and they located Hassan Ziani in a cartel compound. Here they successfully captured Hassan and moved him to a secure location to question him. Graves led in the questioning of Hassan. He pushed him to tell him where the missiles were, as Graves is the only one present that knows about his involvement in loosing the missiles.
On your knees.
Y'all got a clear picture?
Crystal.
All set.
All right. You're alive, folks.
You speak Arabic?
No.
Farsi?
No.
Of course not. Then I'll speak your bastardized medieval English. Because you're all uneducated street dogs.
See, we're getting off to a bad start here, son.
You're talking to Al-Quds Force officer.
You're the commander of a foreign terror organization.
I can say the same to you.
What's your target? Major.
What was your target when you sent missiles to my land?
Oh, wild guess to nail your ass.
So insolent and foul-mouthed. You will learn to respect me when your nation sees fire.
You were in bed with the cartel, Hassan. If you disappeared, no one would know where to look for the fucking stain.
I have no doubt you'll take pleasure in torturing me.
Where'd you get American missiles from?
I don't care who they're from. I want to know where they're going.
Take a look around, Hassan. Now you can either become part of the food chain, or you can start talking.
I'm a hostage here. This is illegal.
You're a prisoner of war.
Iran is not at war with Mexico. I've broken no laws. These men and their commanders are the lawbreakers.
You and your beloved General Gobani
Do not speak his name! You executed him and you will pay for your crimes. Allah wahdu qadir ala musa'adak.
I want this bastard in permanent custody or looking up at the goddamn grass.
General, killing Hassan is an act of war. Keeping him is illegal. Right now, he is too hot to hold.
Tell me you're getting something actionable as well.
Working on it. Stand by.
Actual. Let me finish this.
There's nothing I would like more. But Laswell's right.
Without proof, we need to turn him loose, see where he leads us.
It's right here. You can't be serious.
I'm afraid I am, son.
In an effort to gather information about the location of the stolen American missiles, Graves assisted Soap and Alejandro, the leader of Los Vaqueros, in infiltrating a mansion and capturing Valeria Garza, the leader of the Las Almas cartel, who is the infamous El Sin Nombre. After interrogating her, Graves found out the location of the second missile, which resulted in him embarking on a mission to find the stolen missiles and destroy it in an abandoned oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico. Alongside Soap, Ghost, and Los Vaqueros, Commander Graves is able to successfully stop the second missile with the help of Soap, and they head back to Los Vaqueros headquarters to regroup and plan what comes next.
Let's enjoy our handiwork, Sergeant.
Here we go. All stations, prepare for the boom.
It's on the way.
Look at that big man. Shit.
Steaming bloody Jesus.
Alejandro, you okay?
You safe?
Affirmative. You?
We're good here, hermano.
Gold Eagle Actual Shadow 1. Good hit. Good hit. Missile and rig destroyed.
Copy that, Shadow 1. Good work. Now get off that X and go home. So, Ghost, thanks for a job well done.
Roger that, Actual.
We're RTB, men.
Woo!
However, Commander Graves has received an order from General Shepard to send Task Force 141 home, and Graves told his shadows to take control of the Vaqueros headquarters. So when they arrive, Graves gives the team the news. However, things get extremely heated and a firefight breaks out, which results in Alejandro being detained while Ghost and an injured Soap escape.
This is the immediate future. Step away from the gate.
What?
You heard me.
You're crazy. This is my base.
Not a base. This is a sizable covert facility, and I admire it. So I'm taking. You boys have been relieved.
Thank you for your service.
No. I don't take orders from you.
Didn't Valeria say that? Now that makes me wonder what else I don't know about your affiliation with the drug lord.
What the fuck did you just say to me, pendejo?
Vladimir Graves.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No one needs to get hurt here.
Are you threatening us?
Soldier, I don't make threats. I make guarantees. So let's not do this.
I'm calling Shepard.
General Shepard sends his regards. He told me y'all wouldn't take this well.
He knows about this.
He's put me in command of this operation from here on out. So y'all need to stand down. It's time to let the pros finish this. Why the hell are we talking like this is some kind of negotiation? It's not. I've got my orders. And now you have yours.
And who the fuck do you think you are, cabron? My men are inside!
I'm afraid not. Your men have been detained.
Graves, what the fuck? Go, Johnny! Get out of there! So, go!
You there, Ghost? That was a big mistake, brother. Did not have to be like this. Son of a bitch. Find him!
Later, Graves and his shadows begin to interrogate the townfolk in Las Almas. His goal is to find the whereabouts of Hassan, Ghost, and Soap, as his priority is getting a hold of those missiles no matter the cost. Sometime later, Graves and the Shadow Company are inside Los Vaqueros headquarters when they hear an explosion and realize they are under attack by Task Force 141, led by Captain Price and the remaining Vaqueros, led by Alejandro and his second-in-command, Rodolfo. Commander Graves makes a run for it and is able to take control of a tank via a remote feature and fights off Rodolfo and Soap. Ultimately, Graves' tank is destroyed and Los Vaqueros take back their headquarters. However, the team believe they have killed Graves, but the commander quietly makes his escape, leaving the chaos in Las Almas behind for now. The fight between Task Force 141 against General Shepard and Commander Graves' Shadow Company led to an investigation from the FBI. This led Commander Graves to appoint his second-in-command Osmond Oz Ryan as the interim commander of the Shadow Company, but Graves would continue to operate Shadow Company behind the scenes. A few months after this, in August of 2023, Phillip Graves would come out of the shadows to assist Farah Karim and Alex Keller, the leaders of the Urzikstan Liberation Forces. Graves would offer intel on Connie Group's movement towards Al-Mazrah and manufacture of chemical weapons. Fearing that Connie would move to Urzikstan next, Farah agrees to align with Graves to counter that threat. Later that year, in November of 2023, Vladimir Makarov was freed. He is an ultranationalist and leader of the Connie Group. He is a dangerous individual who is responsible for a lot of the catastrophes that have affected the lives of Task Force 141 and even Commander Graves and his shadows. A few hours after the terrorist escaped, his Connie forces infiltrated a port in Urzikstan and stole missiles that were provided by the Shadow Company to aid Farah Karim and her liberation forces. Graves provided Farah with his help in putting a tracker on the missiles so she can track them down later. Some time passes and the commander attends a telecom meeting between General Shepard and Task Force 141.
Without an army, you got nothing.
Wrong again, boys.
Unfucking believable.
So, you missed me? Well, technically, you did, didn't you?
Here, Graves reveals his survival to Task Force 141, which surprises and angers Ghost and Soap due to the events that transpired in Mexico. Shepard managed to negotiate a truce between Task Force 141 and the Shadow Company that allowed them to work together to be able to capture or kill Vladimir Makarov. 6 days later, Commander Graves alongside his Shadow Company would team up with the Urzikstan Liberation Forces and Task Force 141 to retrieve the chemical gas that the Connie Group stole back in August of 2023. Graves would provide air support which allowed the ground units to storm the base where the chemical was believed to be at. During the attack, the teams received intel from Shepard that suggested that Makarov was inside of the base. The teams quickly withdrew from the immediate vicinity and the base was destroyed, and Vladimir Makarov was assumed killed in action. After the helicopter that was carrying him was taken down, supposedly, Commander Graves viewed this as a victory and left alongside his shadows. A couple days later, we find Commander Graves at a Congress hearing for the events that occurred back in 2022 in Las Almas, Mexico, which were deemed a blue-on-blue incident. At the Congress hearing, General Shepard denied responsibility for the incident, and this leads to Graves betraying Shepard. The commander acknowledged to the committee that his shadows had been ordered to engage Task Force 141 by General Shepard. However, he firmly denied that he and his shadows had carried out that order.
Mr. Graves, were you given orders to use lethal force against TF-141?
Yes, I was.
Quiet in this chamber. Who gave you those orders?
General Herschel Shepard.
Did you act on those orders, Mr. Graves?
No, absolutely not, sir.
Quiet! Quiet!
And that is the complete story and early life of Commander Phillip Graves. We don't know if he'll make another appearance in Modern Warfare 4 and what that will entail. His #1 nemesis, Soap, was killed during the events of Modern Warfare 3, and General Shepard was murdered by Captain Price. Is there a redemption arc for the commander, or will he continue down the same path until it gets him killed? Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys in our next episode of The Story So Far.
I want the missiles, I want the target, and I want Hassan. And you've got 10 seconds, or I'm going to show you the difference between military and me.